It Is What It Is podcast is on multiple platforms: Anchor, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Stitcher, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, and on iTunes. People, we've been getting a lot more views on Spotify and iTunes now, so thank you. Let's, like I say before, if you're on the school bus and fucking Timmy's keep putting your gum in your hair and you're sick of it, crack them over the head with your phone and then continue listening to the It Is What It Is podcast. Okay, that's how I do it. If you also want to check out our sponsors, link in the description, Touchstone Essentials. You take vitamins, grandma has arthritis and she has side effects from her vitamins, boom! Touchstone Essentials in the description, 25% off. People, we have a great guest today. We have SkizzleAxe. So, let's get started with this week's episode of the It Is What It Is podcast. Alright. Oh, and we are live!
You live? What's happening?
Oh, we got SkizzleAxe on the podcast today. Skizzle, thank you so much for coming on the It Is What It Is podcast.
Oh, no problem, my guy.
My man, when we started this podcast, if actually, you know what? I'm gonna go do it. If I can find look at this, it's like Pandora's box, this folder. I open it up, demons and ether skeletons come out of this folder. But the first time we started this podcast, Skizzle, the first time we started, when it wasn't even named the It Is What It Is podcast, if I could find the list, mate, you know what? I'm not gonna waste time. We had your name written on the...
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
You got it?
I remember that. It's just that, bro, like, so many things just hit me all at once. I couldn't come on, but this time, when you asked me, I was like, yep. I gotta hit you up.
Because we had your name written down for the longest time on the podcast. We had your name when we started, before episode 1, me and you die, before even JakctheBus came on the show. We were like, you know what? We were like, we're gonna go through the community, see who's like really interesting to have on the podcast and talk to. And nobody matches my energy, Skizz, like you do. So that's why I'm very happy for you to be on the podcast.
I'm gonna let you down, I feel like, this stream, because I recently woke up, my guy. I woke up. I told you,
you don't seem like you just woke up. You look like you've been up for 24 hours, my man. You've been you're energized.
Nah, I got you. That's a good compliment. But how you doing?
You know, I came back from football. I'm a little bruised up. Tackle football, you know, tackle on turf. That's how my friends are smart. But you know, it was a fun time. I woke up early, and you know, I was so excited. I was like, guys, I gotta leave at 12. I got my man SkizzleAxe waiting for. I gotta do it. We got a podcast. And
stop
I had to leave early.
Up, stop hyping me up. Stop hyping me up, my guy. But so here's the thing, okay? Before we go in, like what's the status of your podcast? In other words, like, can you swear on the podcast?
Skizzle, fuck shit, bitch, asshole, Skizzle, we are going at it, my man.
Dude, YouTube made me soft, my guy. YouTube made me soft. So,
bro,
like, I never say anything that YouTube don't like, basically.
I feel you. You know, I have such, you know, I've been doing this for, you know, no audience for such a long time, where I'm so used to using copyrighted music for whenever the fuck, like, my head is so focused on making the video such a great video to where when I post, I'm like, oh, that's gonna get me demonetized. Oh, Jesus, why'd I do that? So I'm so used to, like, using, like, Queen music or just in general rock music, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's got me sick. I love that song. And then YouTube's like, nope, we're gonna your Universal Music Group is gonna just take care of that. And that's
exactly. But dude, let's actually start this one.
Yeah, man.
I got a question. I know that you should be the one to ask me this question, so it doesn't sound right, but I got a question for you.
Yes,
what's your favorite Zombies map?
My favorite Zombies map, I said it in the Q&A, my favorite Zombies map is the Horizon Direct. Okay.
Oh, same.
Okay, good.
I was about to say, okay, so I'm gonna check what this guy has to say, and then I'm gonna be like, okay,
what did you think
destroy this guy.
What map would have I said that you would have got mad at? What answer would have you got mad at?
Any map from, let's say, I don't want to say Infinite Warfare because I'm gonna offend a lot of people.
You know what? I do that all the time too, and then I get the answers like, but Infinite Warfare Zombies is amazing. Oh my god! And I'm like, but I played it, and Infinite Warfare was flat for me, so I always go with that. But ether-wise, it has to be the Horizon Direct. Has to be.
Yeah, 100%. Here's the thing, though. I always used to say Kino der Toten, but then it's just like whenever I go back to Kino der Toten, it's good.
Yeah.
But it gets repetitive and it just slows things down a lot. I think that we're used to so many good maps that the old maps do not hold up, but they are good for nostalgia, don't get me wrong, and they have certain quality to it, which I absolutely adore. But the Rise and the Rahman, it has to be that new map that has that good feeling, the old and the new, and it actually appeals to every type of player. It appeals to Easter egg players, it appeals to high rank players. The Rise and the Rock is perfect. So yeah, kind of sad that you picked that map, because if you didn't, I would be saying some mean things to you. So now you kind of killed that.
I would have got my ass whipped from SkizzleAxe on this podcast. I would have been like, if I would have said transit, I would have had to bend over and then the paddle would have came out.
To be honest, I don't know why people say transit is a bad map, but I actually like transit. So
why do you like transit?
Here's the thing, I have really good memories of it. I remember like going to school. Here's the thing, the Black Ops 1 was my
nostalgia.
Yeah, nostalgia. Yeah, exactly. So I have memories with friends, memories built up with friends, and Kino der Toten was my first map, and Black Ops 1 was just something that introduced me to zombies, and then I kind of left zombies, let's say, because Black Ops 1 was that kind of game that introduced me into it, but it wasn't like
it didn't hook you.
It didn't hook me full. It did hook me though, but it didn't hook me like, let's say, Mob of the Dead. Okay. I remember when Mob of the Dead first came out though.
Yeah.
I remember Sandy Kid Stream. My goodness, bro. Sandy Kid Stream.
That's yeah.
It hyped me up big time. Then Barrett came out. It wasn't as big as Mob, but at the time, I was pretty new to zombies, so anything Trek would throw at us, it was pretty hype. Then Origins came out. I remember around that time, I got suggested, Mr. T Likes the 5 videos, Patrick videos got suggested.
Yeah.
It was big, bro. It was big. Man. And then Black Ops 3 came out 3 years later, and now here we are.
Here we are, baby. The end of Aether. We just went through a huge wormhole of zombies this year. But the story you just told me about Trans is the same story about Town for me. Like, same thing, kind of green run. You know, we played my first ever zombies game was Black Ops 2. So when I would come home every day from school, just like you, I would always go and hop on, and we would play Transit, like, stay on the bus all the time to round 15, don't leave the bus, just get the B23R and just stay on the bus the whole time. And then for Town, everything's there for you. You know, when people ask me what, like, my top 5, top 10, whatever zombie maps, it goes DE, and then number 2 is Town for me, man. And people get so, like, they're like, ooh, Town? But let me tell you, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Nostalgia is so strong in zombies. People underestimate the nostalgia factor in zombies. The reason you go back to certain maps is for nostalgia. You know, the reason why we like DE is because it's a map where we can keep going back to it and complete the Easter egg 1,000 times, not get tired of it. You know, and even when BO3 was in its prime, DE, you can always go back to it. Like, even Rev came out, I saw people like, Rev came out, whatever, let's complete the Easter egg. But when that Easter egg took 15,000 months, people were going back to DE, trying to complete that Easter egg to get the gate worms and stuff. So the replayability and nostalgia just really, it's such a huge factor in a zombie play, even especially in a content creator.
Yeah. But I think that, here's the thing though, I don't know, man, like, I could never find anything good about Black Ops 4, and I know that a lot of people, not a lot of people, let's say, on the YouTube side of things at least, I think that the hardcore guys, they hate, not necessarily hate, but they dislike Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
But the casual side, here's the thing though, I remember that Modern Warfare 3 was my first Modern Warfare game.
Yeah.
And when Black Ops 1 was my first Call of Duty, so Modern Warfare 3 is technically that game that hooked me up into Call of Duty, and I remember no-lifing that game. And around that time, I never heard anyone say anything bad about Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
But now looking back, I look at people's opinion, and they're like, now Modern Warfare 2 was the good. I mean, I'm not denying that. But I'm not denying that. But Modern Warfare 3 is something that a lot of people don't like because they actually played Modern Warfare 2. And now I'm kind of making connections. I'm like, okay, so why is it that they hate Modern Warfare 3? And the reason I think for that is that they played Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 didn't change a lot. Same thing goes for Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. We played Black Ops 3 and now we're playing Black Ops 4. We look at Black Ops 3. That was the good stuff. Black Ops 4. it's inferior
Black
graphically,
Ops
and
4 was like BO3's orphan child. That's how I always say it. It was
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was the forgotten child of Treyarch. I feel like Treyarch is gonna really want to forget about this game. Like this is gonna be the game that they're like, oh no, we didn't make that. We didn't make that game. No, no, no. We're gonna put
Exactly.
that there.
So I think it's just that like people who never played Black Ops 3 would like Black Ops 4. That's the thing that I think's happening.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing Modern Warfare 3, I absolutely loved it, and still to this day, I would say Modern Warfare 3 gang over Modern Warfare 2. Probably offended people, but I don't care.
There
Let
you
them be
go.
offended.
Let's give some shout outs to the people in chat so people don't think we're pre-recording this, because we get a lot of people that say, are you
Oh, yeah.
pre-recording?
Oh yeah, Guido
No,
SP,
we're
my
not
guy.
pre-recording. But thank you so much, The Real Boss RPG, for subscribing. What's going on, Demery, Jito, Zara, Moo Cow, Prezomatic, Tim Hansen, what's going on, man? Max, what's going on? Darkcrafts, The Diamond Cereal, Cameron Hussein, everybody, welcome to today's podcast. Chad, everyone, Mundane's Games, Adam, welcome to today's podcast. Now, moving on, I mean, Skizz, you are someone, like, just in general, talking about your love of zombies. DLC 4, okay? Tog der Toten. Now, I want to get your mindset throughout the whole entire process of DLC 4, so stick with me. So, the name comes out. The achievements come out. What is your initial reactions?
Honest to God, my initial reaction...
Just by knowing the achievements and the name, just by those two things.
It didn't hype me up, though.
Okay.
It did not hype me whatsoever. I looked at it and...
You share that opinion with many people.
Yeah, like, in my opinion, might differ from a lot of people, but it will also not differ from a lot of people because, I don't know, there's something that just did not click. I knew for the fact that it's the last map, and before going into it, I was like, dude, okay, so I basically was the guy who kind of I wasn't necessarily negative, but I think that a lot of people would look at it and be like, no, this guy's negative, and that's totally fine. But the thing was that Black Ops 4 just did not hook me after DLC 1. You know, when DLC 1 first came out, there was no hype whatsoever.
No, well, DLC 1 Dead of the Night didn't even, there was no marketing for it. We didn't even know that Dead of the Night was coming out. We had no clue.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that kind of killed the process, but there were many things, right? But when Tag der Toten first came out, I mean, I don't have necessarily any, I don't know, how do I put it? The thing is that it just didn't hype me up, okay? And then I played the map, I played for once, I was like, I was actually streaming, and everyone was, in my chat was saying, no, this is bad, why are you playing this map? And all that stuff. And I was like, nah, okay, we're gonna give it a chance, and bro, couple of minutes later, I was basically like other people. Nah, this is shit. I'm not gonna play.
So you weren't gonna play. Like, but what about it though? Like, what about? So were you just in general like? So when were you done with like BO4 Zombies? Like when were you just like I pretty much washed my hands. They really can't do much with it. Like, so like that because that could play a huge factor. Because I really pretty much never really like gave up on BO4. I was always someone who could be like, maybe they can surprise us. Maybe they can do something.
I was the same as you. That's why I stuck with it. But basically, I think after DLC 1, I never really played Black Ops 4. I would only play when, let's say, a new update would come out. I would stream, and the only time I would play is when I would stream. So the update comes out, I play it, and then it's just like, I wash my hands with it. And now, let's go back to whatever. So... yeah, that's the thing, but DLC 4 was a little bit different. I was like, this is the last map, man. I want to go in with a positive mindset. I went in, and I don't know, I just don't like it. And here's the thing, though. I know there are a lot of people who like it, and people are always like, I get some responses. Not everybody. I think most people generally get the fact that, like, if somebody don't like it, it's their opinion, it's not facts. But I'm gonna say I don't like it, but I get that a lot of people like it, and I'm not gonna be like, yeah, if you like it, I'm just gonna be like.
So day it comes out, first game, you launch in the map. Now, what's your reactions to it?
I was pretty positive.
What did you like, and what didn't you like?
It did look good. It did look really good at the beginning, but then it just started wearing off. Okay. Because it was something that we already played. Call of the Dead is one of my favorite map of all time in Black Ops. From Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 was my first game. Comes out, I play it. I was pretty positive. Chat start going like, this is shit. I was like, let's keep it calm. Let's keep it calm. And then I play some more. I go down once. I believe that there's a, you know where Juggernaut normally is
Yeah.
on the Call of the Dead. There
Down in
was
that,
like
yeah.
a red circle thing right there. So I held square, boom, go
Oh,
down,
the
man down.
apothecon blood. You press square
Yeah,
and
that
that's
triggered me.
there's a
That
good
triggered
troll
me.
right there, man. Good troll right there.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, F this, I'm out. And then I start just, I just quit playing. And then I end the stream.
Yeah.
And I went on Patrick the Smith Plays live stream.
Bro, that
The
surprised
Smith
me.
Plays live
That
stream.
surprised me when he hopped on, because you know what though? I feel like any YouTuber, any YouTuber that, quote unquote left zombies, I feel like all the YouTubers they had to play that map. It's the end. They pretty much devoted like half their life to this game mode. They gotta play
100%.
DLC for, And also, guys in chat right now, where'd you guys like when you launched the map? What did you guys like and dislike automatically hopping in on Tog the Tote? And most importantly, when I hopped in, first of all, the sunset stuff I like, the aesthetics is good. I like it. And I was someone who never really like played Call of Dead. I probably played Call of Dead before Tog. Probably like I can probably on two hands I can name it, like less than 10 times I played Call of Dead, the original one. And I remember when I was playing Tog, I didn't know where things were. I didn't know what, because I didn't know the Call of Dead layout. And everybody who I was playing with, they're like, Turbo, it's fucking there, Turbo. Where the jungle? I was like, I don't know what jungle was before, people. Like, I had no clue. So when they want to keep remaking maps and they want to keep like doing that, that's another factor that Skizz they really fucked up on, is that they had to remake maps for the last two Aether storyline maps. They had to remake them. And you know what? On the last podcast, that people were saying, oh, how about more people who could talk about the good things about BO4? But if we think about it, that's a handful of things only you could talk about. People who play multiplayer and Blackout, they could probably say more things good about the game. But when
Blackout is really good.
I think pretty much that Blackout's the strongest mode in BO4 this year.
100%. Blackout is what saved, in my opinion. Blackout is the only thing that saved Blackouts 4. But here's the thing, though. A lot of people say that Blackout is the reason why Zombies did not get love. And I kind of agree with that, too, because it is true in a way. But here's the thing, Zombies multiplayer, it's the same thing over and over, like every single year. So they finally tried something new. But I think they just did not get love from Activision or Activision. And they just didn't have a lot of time. I think that's what it is. And I never want to bash like devs, because they're basically guys just like us. They're just trying to do what they're told to do.
Guys working their ass off.
Exactly. And they're putting all their resources down, and they're just trying to put all their creativity down. So I never got anything bad to say about the devs. Obviously, there would be bad apples, no doubt about that. But here's the thing, though. Tag their totem. I went in with a positive mindset. I like the sunset. The aesthetics, 100%. Treyarch is just good with that. But the looks kind of.
But the looks aren't everything.
Yeah, exactly. The looks aren't everything. They help you get in. They help you kind of ease in. They attract you. But then it's the feeling that kind of holds you, and that's what held me with Zombies for the longest amount of time, like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and even World at War. But World at War was just World at War is awesome, but Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, you cannot beat those games in terms of zombies.
Even the smallest things too. Like think about BO3. What did we get? We got for gameplay was we got the Apothecon Servant. We got the KT4. We got what was Garage? The Ray Gun Mark III. Everything was so different. Everything had storyline implications. Everything made us feel like, oh shit, I'm using the Apothecon Servant. I'm using the staffs. Even Zombies Chronicles getting the staffs again. Having that game have all the maps and stuff in BO3, almost all the maps in BO3. DLC of 3 and 4 for BO4, right? They had, now the big story, everybody knows this, no resources, no time, no money, working on Call of Duty 2020, Treyarch had to do at that point. They really, even the small things, we got what? We got in Alpha Omega, Ray Gun Mark II remix. We got we got the Wonder Waff Scavengers, and then we got the Thunder Gun / Thunder Gun Ice thing, which that Thunder Gun, the Tundra Gun, I hope it honestly just leaves the game. I hope they look at it and they say, no one's getting it. And also, Triumph, I'm coming to Santa Monica.
Yeah.
It's like first of all, I probably spent about 100,000 points in Tagatoan for the regular Thunder Gun. Nothing.
Dude, I just don't get it though. Here's the thing, okay? Nothing against the devs, okay?
Yeah.
Nothing against the devs, but when Alpha Omega was first released, and here's the thing, like I do want to see some remaster maps. I'm not totally against them, but and Nuketown Zombies is one of my favorite zombies map of all time. I want to see it be remastered.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with that remake too, but you know when you paid like half a Benjamin to get the season pass,
Yep.
we expect new maps. So, you know, when people are angry, in my opinion, their opinions are justified.
Yeah.
I think that remaster remake maps would be perfect for, let's say, a Zombies Chronicles 2, you know, because they would advertise it as is. And once you buy it, you know what you're getting. Just like how Zombie Chronicles, people knew what they will be getting out of it, remake content. So nobody was like, yeah, they half-assed it or they remastered it. No, people knew what they were paying for. When people paid for Black Ops Pass, all of us were, okay, hand on top of my mother's head. I really thought that we're gonna get new maps, bro. And once I saw the leaks, people weren't believing it.
Is literally Nuketown multiplayer on top and Blackout Nuketown on bottom. That's exactly Alpha Omega. And I was trying so hard when the map came out. And chat, you can even say, you know, how you try to react to Alpha Omega's remake, but it was just so like every corner you turn, you already knew. Every corner, downstairs, if you really don't play Blackout, you really don't know that well. But guys, go play Blackout. Downstairs, that's your boss fight arena in Blackout. Like, that's your boss fight arena. You want
but here's the thing though. Black Ops 4 Zombies can easily be fixed. And I remember watching Crazy Rabbit that day when Alpha Omega came out, and he was also just going in like the things that he wasn't liking. And I kind of agree with him because here's the thing though. If you play Black Ops 2 Zombies right now on the PC, the map looks clean. They look realistic. The game that came out in 2012, bro? Like, they look realistic. And Black Ops 4 Zombies, there's just so much stuff lying around. I feel like that they really worked their ass off to put those assets in. Like, you know, the maps are cluttered is what I'm saying. And those things, I'm sure they have to take time to put them in. It's not they didn't magically appear in the map, or on the map. So they took all their time to make that, but if they never worked on that, the maps would be a lot more cleaner. They would just look much better in my opinion, and that's where they kind of effed up. Hit markers in Zombies and in campaign, like I don't think they should have had like hit markers in Zombies because that kills immersion. In multiplayer, we need it. But in Zombies, nah, we don't need the.
And you know what?
Don't need the
and
hit
also
marker.
Another thing is in Zombies is once again I'm repeating myself, but it's literally the main memo of this game was they fixed stuff that wasn't broken. Like, if you would have kept the perks, and I don't really want to go into that deep because that was pretty much the whole last podcast, but they just did things that we didn't expect them to do, and when they did it, we were like, oh, this why? But then we were blind to that mindset because of the Black Ops 4 reveal, all the trailers, the hype at the thing.
Yeah, I remember.
Were you there?
I remember.
You were there for the reveal?
No, I wasn't there. Were you there at Black Ops 4 reveal? Did they invite you?
I was actually doing a podcast revealing the fucking.
I was at home just live streaming the reveal. I was like, okay, that looks good. That looks good. Oh, that certainly looks very good. I was at home live streaming, and I remembered like after they said that no campaign, because we had leaks. You know, we had leaks prior to that said that no campaign, and people were like, nah, that's BS. We're gonna have campaign. Activision wouldn't just do us like that. But we didn't have campaign. And honestly, around that time, I was pretty okay with it. And I remember Boogie was like, he was going off on Twitter, and I believe that JC Backfire tweeted at him, and JC Backfire was defending the 4 zombie maps thing, and he wasn't. And I was with JC Backfire then because we were kind of blinded.
Again about the zombies or whatever? What was he saying about BO4? I forgot.
He was like, I also forgot, so I don't remember the direct
If it's Boogie saying something, it has to definitely be something about microtransactions. If it's Boogie...
No, it was about the campaign. I believe he said something like that, I will fight for you guys. Obviously, I don't remember the exact quote, he was like, I will fight for you guys. Not having campaign kind of f's you in the ass or something. He didn't specifically say it
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
no, but either
but
way, like he
yeah.
hasn't. I don't think he's played Call of Duty in fucking years. But
Yeah,
but
he's more of a single player type of guy.
yeah,
And you know what? The
that, yep.
older I grow or the older I get, it's like I have more interest in storyline games. You know, The Last of Us 2 coming out. I never played The Last of Us though,
Me
the
either.
first one.
Me either.
Yeah, and the new one looks pretty good. So
I
uh
that's something too. I might have to just branch out to single player games like that because when I played World War II's campaign, I played first of all, Black Ops 2's campaign was the first campaign I played, and
oh, that was good.
yeah, and that was a great campaign in my opinion.
100%.
Black
Yeah.
Ops 3's campaign can lick my grandmother's shoe. I
I didn't
think.
play it though,
Oh,
but I did
good.
watch a little bit
Continue.
on
Continue
YouTube.
not to play. Just stick with that. Stick with it. Yeah, I think you're good. As long as your brain doesn't touch that the co-op campaign in BO3, you're good. But no, but now going back to the end of Zombies. So now you've been playing Zombies for how long? Since World at War or
Black Ops
Black
1.
Ops 1,
Black
you
Ops
said,
1.
yes. So Black
So
Ops
10
1,
years almost? Yeah.
yeah, like over 10 years. Do you think? Oh, how would you think the Zombies ending would have ended, or how would you have wanted Zombies
Here's the
to
thing,
end?
though. Here's the thing. I actually did a reaction,
Yeah,
and now I wish that I said this because the message was great. You know, the message was like, yo, light of hope, whatever. It
yeah.
was a good message, and I don't think they can necessarily finish off any other way. I just hate the fact that how they mistreated zombies. Like, I really don't think they understand like how big Call of Duty and zombies is. Like
Yeah.
I don't really think
They,
because
I
if they
100% agree with you with that. I
because if
100%
they
agree with you.
because zombies is something that like it cannot magically grow like that, and the fact that they have a fan base this big, they should be putting money in like that, bro.
They
They should be putting
always say
resources. They should be hiring more people and all that, you know.
Yep, they
And
always bring back the Noctur and Toten. Every time they talk about the Noctur and Toten story, I click off the stream. Every time Blundell opens his mouth about there was the texture Forbes in the corner. I get it. I get it. That's how you guys got this story. I get it. So when they go back to Noctur and Toten, exactly. You guys want to speak about that story all the fucking time about where it all started. The fan base grew the game mode. Us, the people who play the game mode, wanted more.
Oh,
That got the game mode to be where it is today. And then when they want to keep updating Blackout, they keep want to give customization with like wardrobe aesthetics to multiplayer and Blackout. We're here like, what the fuck? We got a game mode with factions that we never got. Oh, we got which
yeah,
they
a lot of broken
which they literally said factions would have been like the main way to get costumes and the camos and stuff like that. That's one thing we needed in BO4. The maps didn't really grab us, so what's something else that can grab us? Which would have been the factions, the cosmetics. I'm a huge believer.
Grizz where you at?
Oh, fuck.
I personally, I know that he just goes on Twitter.
Bro, why is he still fucking waiting for this?
I know that a lot of people get mad at him and
But
shit
why-
like that, but
why?
I don't. I personally find it hilarious because and hey, if you get mad or you don't like it, that's totally cool.
I'm just confused on why he still wants it or he thinks he's still getting
Yeah,
it.
I think he's just memeing. He's just sarcastic, and I look at the replies and they are hilarious too.
I love the Greg's response. He was like, "Grizz, all right, now you gotta fucking chill."
I personally love the responses, but here's the thing though, like I personally think he's just memeing it, at this point, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But even me, like at this point, I would honestly not. I would not like to see factions anymore because you know what? Whatever they were working,
Well,
just put it on in the next game, you know. And there are a lot of leaks coming out regarding Zombie Chronicles 2, and honestly, I'm not hyped.
I was
and
just
don't
gonna ask you this, okay? So, are you like into that like Gaming Revo fucking DK community of those guys? How deep are you in that league community? How deep are you in that league community?
I'm cool with the Gaming Revolution DK too, but I don't really talk to him that much.
Why? I just now here's the thing with me. Now I never really interacted with that now until I had someone come to my video saying like I stole their idea or thank you for the inspirations. I was like. I wrote the script of this video last night. I had no clue you made a fucking video on this. So for you to come into my comment section and say, "Oh, don't worry, man, no problem. You don't have to shout me out. It's okay. It's like."
Yeah, it's like
Who
here's
the
the
fuck are
thing
you?
though. Here's the thing though. Whatever idea you get, technically it's basically a combination of
That
other
was yeah, that was an,
other shit you've seen online,
I was
right?
talking about Zombies Chronicles 2. I was talking about like what I would want in Zombies
Oh
Chronicles 2,
yeah.
an opinion video. So for an
Yeah,
opinion video,
just the internet's my
you
man.
know,
Welcome to the internet.
so now as the DLC4 is over, now the leakers are very hyping up this Victus Chronicles.
Honestly, I'm not hyped whatsoever. And here's the thing, though. I do think that it's real. I do think it's genuine, but I'm not super deep into it. Like how I was with Zombie Chronicles, the first one. That I was deep, bro. I like every day I would be like DLC 5 video. I'm not sure if you were around or not, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people were kind of mad. But during Black Ops 3, you remember the DLC 5 hype and all that? Leaks were coming out. I was going in and making videos like shit like that.
That was a time where zombies just like got a spark under its ass. Like we were so dead.
I was genuinely hyped. Around that time, I was genuinely hyped. The reason I'm not making videos on DLC 5 for Black Ops 4 is that I'm not hyped. I think it's gonna happen, but I'm not super deep into that leak specifically. And if it's gonna really come out, here's the thing though. Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 5, that has to be the most important game now that we're getting Modern Warfare and that's setting up the new standards, the new expectations.
I'd rather them just say, listen, fuck it. Listen, we had a plan on doing it, but like other plans, we can't do it now in BO4. Now Activision plop this next game on our desk. We gotta make it, and in order for us to make that next game better than the game we just got this year, we gotta just stop with this Victus Chronicles. But we already have a full buried in Blackout, so that's something they can just say, all right, we're gonna add 4 bricks and blah, blah, blah. So that can happen. And then you have Call of Dead now being Tog the Toten. Die Rise is pretty much, I guess they would just have to remake all together. And then Transit, that's a big map.
That's all.
That's a big map.
Here's the thing though, you know what, here's my idea, and I'm not sure if you would agree or disagree, but feel free to either agree or disagree. But here's what I think, don't put DLC 5 in Black Ops 4. I know that there are some people who want it, but I'm telling you, if you're somebody who wanted, like, the more maps you get now, the you will be burnt out. You will, trust me when I say this, you will be burnt out, because I used to always say, nah, just give us more, we're never gonna be burnt out. And look, are you burnt out on zombies? Be real though.
You know what? I am a little bit. That's why I really try to stay away from like the normal zombie videos of like, so what's gonna be the next map? So like I'm sick and tired of that. Like I'd rather just fuck around with zombies now. Like just joke around with it, have a good time of the memories we did have with it, and expect. Black Ops 5 coming out. Don't forget, and that's something people I think are forgetting, that Treyarch's making next year's COD.
Yeah, exactly.
We're getting Modern Warfare now. Don't forget, we don't have to wait 2 more years for Treyarch's COD.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing though. That exactly perfect. I wanted to say that. So if you're somebody who wants Zombie Chronicles 2, we're gonna get zombies next year, and it's better to have a break. And another thing is that, like, I am honestly just down with having one quality zombies map in the next game. And by them, normally we have one zombies map, one new map, and one remaster, a bonus map. You know what? One new map in Black Ops 5 that starts, maybe it's going to be a reboot of the Aether storyline. Who knows what it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be chaos, whatever. One new map. It's a big map. Let's say I would honestly be down with them if they use that transit model. I don't want transit too. I mean, I'm kind of cool with it, but you know what?
You don't want that bus route B, Skizz. You don't want that bus route B.
Nah, I'm cool with it. But they should use that transit formula where they have one big map that is really good, quality AF, just good all around. And they use that transit model where people can actually select like different parts. You know how you can play on town, bus depot. I'm talking about that. Use that model. Add factions, add grief mode, maybe 1-2 extra new modes as well that we've never seen before. And for the side mode, or not for the side, I mean for the bonus map, have Zombie Chronicles 2.
You know what? I really like that idea. I never really thought of having like that transit format again.
And another thing is that, like, with Black Ops 4 we had 4 zombie maps on launch, and like that. Do you think that hurt it? Do you think that hurt? Yeah. Because if they only have one zombie map, let's say Black Ops 4 came out today, it's the launch day, for example. Black Ops 4 came out.
Yep.
We have only one zombie map, or you know what, two. Start off with 2 zombies maps.
Okay.
And once people have figure out the Easter eggs, let it just sit.
Let it simmer a little bit. Let it simmer.
But have a plan out. Have a roadmap out, and people would know when the next map is coming out. Black Ops 4 came out, and 2 weeks later they unlock us a new map.
Yeah.
So that will just build. They will have more time to polish the maps and all that stuff. And I think that they could have used that model to fully finish zombies and also kind of rework on other stuff and make sure blue screens don't happen, test out the maps and all that. I think that model would have been perfect. But obviously, like, we can all sit here and talk. We do not know what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And the counter argument to this one is that I think that the reason they couldn't have done that is because they have to come out with the game, like full game on launch, because people are paying money for it, like $60. So
yeah,
I think it's more to do with the marketing than fans asking just put one map on launch and then a week later put another one and another one and another one.
And you know what's funny? The 4 maps we did get, they were split with 2 fan bases, Aether and Chaos. So what I wish they would have done is, how about wait to add another storyline until the one we already have is finished? Wait until that one's finished, the one you've been, yanking our fucking tails on the whole 10 plus years, and that one. And then after put up that bitch and Scarlet and everyone, that's when we get it.
I kind of agree with that opinion too, but
my friend,
I'm honestly cool with them by adding 2 different stories at once, because that's risky and I like it. But it's just that they failed with a lot of stuff. For example, the HUD is cluttered, the maps are cluttered, the hit markers. The quality, it feels inferior graphically and whatnot. All that stuff. All that stuff is what hurted zombies this time.
Yeah.
The blue screens are another one too. But the reason I'm cool with them having like 2 storyline going at the same time, it was because it was something new and different. So we had the old stuff, the good stuff, but we also had something new to try. And I like that, but we had too much. That's the thing that I didn't like. I see where you're coming, and I know a lot of people are also saying that, and I like when there's opposition, and I'm sure that you also like.
I like the risk though too. I like when Treyarch took that
different
risk.
Opinions and all that too. But
I love that. Yeah,
exactly. So I like the fact that they had it like old maps, old zombie storyline, Aether, and the new Chaos. So I like it that they had it, but we had 4 maps and they kind of butchered all of them, and felt low,
in the beginning, it was beloved by a lot of YouTubers, the new storyline. Like, oh yes, like that's what we needed. Yes, the storyline.
But then, it felt the same. It kind of felt the same as Aether. Let's be real. That's what killed it too.
So now exactly what is like the Chaos storyline? I still don't really have my head. Is it all around that what's the snake bitch fucking?
Yeah,
what's her name? I don't know her name, but
the snakes are coming off.
That's not good. If Chaos really grabbed us, we would know every aspect of it.
Yeah. Medusa, yeah. Somebody said Medusa.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you.
Homies are going in though.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? It's not even the story. It's not even zombies. It's like Greek mythology. We're stupid on Greek fucking mythology. But
I swear to God, I personally really like the new Chaos story. I was super into it. I was like, yo, that's something good, because while they are trying to wrap up the Aether storyline, they are also trying to start a new storyline. That's a risk, and that's something good, because that means that once Aether just ends, they will have something new going on that the fan would have interest in.
Yep.
But they just they kind of fell short, and the thing is that like they tried doing so much and they kind of failed, and that sucks though. As a fan, that hurts the most, because I know what they were trying to do, but they just didn't have time. They Activision, I think. And we always blame Activision in the words of Patrick Smith. A big greedy company. But I agree though. I don't know. I was super into Chaos, and I still think the style was dope. And Scarlet, Lover.
Did you watch
Lover,
that Smith Plays
100%.
video? Did you watch that Smith Plays video?
I watched it, I believe,
I
2,
didn't.
3 times.
What did he say about it? I didn't watch the video.
Basically, you should watch it. You should definitely watch it. It was a very well put together video, and the points are relatable though, especially if you have been playing zombies for a long time.
Yeah.
Basically, he was saying that too much zombies equal bad. I agree, because we had zombies like since what, like Advanced Warfare every single year.
All those games, all those zombies games, I feel like fucked up our playability. Like, not Treyarch's games, really, that doesn't fuck that up. Just getting World War II zombies, Advanced Warfare zombies, Infinite Warfare zombies, we didn't get a break.
And yeah, exactly. And you know what? There are a lot of people who like Infinite Warfare zombies. In the beginning, I liked it, but then I didn't. I changed my mind all the time.
What made you change your mind about that game?
I liked the Spaceland map, but then I kind of didn't. And because it felt subpar, but I like the fact that the devs gave us so much in it. Because obviously, I still to this day, I don't like Infinite Warfare Zombies. I'm gonna be pretty honest. I don't like it whatsoever. But do I hate it? Absolutely not. Because they tried doing a lot of cool things, like the director cuts thing. That
I
whole,
love
like, super
that.
Easter egg.
I love that.
I love that, but have I ever done that in the game? Have I ever done that?
I never completed one, to be honest with you.
I didn't do that whole director's cut thing or anything like that, but I watched other people do it, and I was like, yo, that's pretty dope.
Oh,
so
not
even
the director's cut. I'm mixing it up with the other game mode they put in, the boss fight game mode.
Director cut, I honestly don't remember whatsoever, but there was a main Easter egg where you would have to complete like all the Easter eggs.
Oh, Mephistopheles, yeah, and then you get the Mephistopheles Easter egg and stuff. Yeah, I think Director's Code gave you all the perks, a lot of points.
It was a cool idea though.
Yeah,
it was a cool idea, and especially they gave us like towards the end, once the cycle of that Call of Duty game was over.
Yeah.
So you know, it kind of makes you appreciate that, and I definitely appreciate it. But does that mean I like it still?
No.
Nah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it either.
And Infinite Warfare Zombies, that what they did. First of all, Lee Ross. What I really love about Lee Ross was he was like the first Zombies developer to like be with the community. Like, he's one of us, you know. Like, he was one of us. He was in the community, watching our like videos, watching the live streams, seeing just in general from, even though Treyarch does that, but we don't know. Well, MC Sports Talk made a great comment last podcast saying, you know, and Lex also said how he went to Blundell saying, like, we need communication this year from Treyarch. Like, we need Zombies communication. And what Lee Ross did was he made us know where they were at in Zombies. They made us know what they were doing. Even when he was having health problems, he knew, all right, like, I'm not there. I am in the hospital, whatever the hell. Even when he could have went too far a little bit sometimes, but he knowed how to make us feel, okay, like, that's coming. They're working on it. Okay, like, they have great. They're talking about the ideas, cool ideas, some bad ideas, but they're actually letting us know. What this really hurt was with Treyarch. They don't, like, we don't know when a developer's watching whose video, or we don't know when. Like, Blundell doesn't like social media. He doesn't want to be on Twitter. He doesn't want to have that. And you know what? That's his personal choice. But shouldn't there be another way, like maybe through the Treyarch website or something?
Yeah, I agree. And you remember, like, the leaks that Blundell got fired? He was drinking.
Yeah, that whole and then at the end of the voiceover video, you just see Blundell like, oh, this year was amazing.
I want to
like,
talk about it though, because I think there's a bigger conspiracy to this one. Like, people who are watching just play the Illuminati song in the background while you're listening to this one. I really think that he isn't fired. But the leak said that, and you know, like, there has been so many leaks, and I personally, the Gaming Revolution introduced me to his source, though, so I know that guy is an Infinity Ward. So Modern Warfare leaks, the reason they're coming true is because the guy is in Infinity Ward. That's the reason. I'm not sure if you have been following the leaks or not. No, I haven't been following.
You know what I do?
Zombie Chronicles leaks, but I have been following Modern Warfare leaks.
You know what I do? Whenever I'm in the mood for leaks, like whenever I'm in the mood, like, alright, fuck it, let's just go on that side of Twitter. Let's go on that dark side, and I go on I see all the leaks and stuff. And Gaming Revolution was actually one of the people who said, like, no, like, this leak is true. Like, I was told about it, and then. And that when I was listening to him, I was like, all right. So to be honest with you, I always take what Gaming Revolution says, like, to heart.
With a grain of salt?
No, with a grain of salt, but also because he's also has a reputation of actually getting fucking things right. So you gotta believe the kid when he says some stuff about what's coming with the next Call of Duty. Especially when it was a lot of stuff with Zombies Chronicles back in Black Ops 3.
Oh yeah, he was like, I don't remember his exact video, but I want to watch his video once again for nostalgia. That DLC. You remember the first DLC 5 video he made? It was like, I swear to God, I'm not kidding. This is not clickbait. DLC 5 is coming.
I remember
You will
all
be
the, I remember
sucking
all
my
the,
cock
yeah.
when it comes out. He said something like that. I don't know.
I
He said
remember
something
all
like
the
that.
videos before Black Ops 5, Zombies Chronicles, and everyone would rip on the creator, like, how the fuck do you know? Why are you saying clickbait? And especially at that time, the community was loving clickbait. Like the Zombies community was dead almost. Like we had like no info
Here's the
whatsoever
thing,
coming.
though. Here's the thing, everything is clickbait though. There's good clickbait and there's bad clickbait. Like even in school, like your teacher is like, yo, write better headlines, write better titles. That's effing clickbait.
Yeah.
But
You have to know how to
misleading
do
is
it.
bad.
Exactly.
Misleading is bad. But
Yeah.
clickbait is everything is clickbait. So I honestly don't get it though. But I think when people say clickbait, they just mean misleading. But they say clickbait.
At the
but
time,
they truly do not know, like.
At the time, there was like the small creators trying to gain traction in the community by making titles literally like playing Zombies Chronicles or viewing viewing Moon Remastered. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day there was or how about the Mob of the Dead leaked image that got leaked, and then they were like playing Modern Warfare Remastered, and then they just go over the detailed review of what the leaked image was. And that was at the time actually when I was on my wits end with YouTube. I was like, should I continue doing it? Should I not? Like it's just like a huge like competitiveness right
Zombies
now.
is uncertain, my guy. It's like you gotta do Call of Duty as a whole and mix in some other games too. And right now it's like the climate, it's not that good. Like what are some games that you genuinely like? I personally only am into Call of Duty and Battlefield. I like it, but Battlefield 5 poo-poo. Next year we're getting The Last of Us. I love it, but I never played the older game, but I'm probably gonna play at some point before that comes out. So yeah, good there. But once you play the campaign of that game's over. You know, The Last of Us 2, that game is over once you finish the campaign. Then we got what? Cyberpunk, but not everyone is into it. I'm personally right now like 70-30. I like it, but also there are some aspects I don't like it. So there's that. It's not gonna have multiplayer, but or maybe it's gonna have, but later down the road. But whatever. Once you finish the game, that's over. There's Marvel's Avengers. I'm personally hyped for that game.
That's a game.
But single player, another single player. So there is like literally no other game besides Call of Duty that's big, that's kind of relatable. Obviously, Call of Duty is Call of Duty. You know, whether you like it or hate it, if you're a hardcore fan, the chances are you're gonna buy it, you're gonna play it, and you're gonna love it, and then you're gonna hate it. Whatever the cycle continues, you cannot break the cycle. You know what I mean? Like you gotta take the red pill if you wanna break the cycle. But the thing is that there's only Call of Duty right now, man. There's nothing.
The problem
else.
with me is I can't get into new things. Like I can't start something new. Because when I start something new, in my head, I'm saying to myself, but Turbo, you still gotta make that Zombies video. Turbo, you still gotta play Battle 4 today. Turbo, you still gotta play Build 3. Turbo, you still gotta make a Zombies video. And everything just leads back to Zombies, leads back to Call of Duty. Especially how I have a podcast, I have a channel, I stream it. It's a game mode where I actually still enjoy playing just for fun. But the new games, I really want to get into new games this year. Like, I really do. But starting it is just the problem. Like I always say to myself, like, oh, that could be a video. But I think what I have to do is for new games, I just gotta stream it. Because streaming it, you can just play and just say people can see reactions instead of having to like edit the whole new thing, whole new game and stuff like that. I think I might just this year stream all new games, like especially Avengers. I am happy you brought that up because Avengers.
Dude, yeah, Avengers looking
have you been seeing the panel that they did yesterday? No,
I haven't. There was a panel yesterday.
Yeah, at the Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. There was a panel for Marvel.
Check it out later, but I missed it.
No, I didn't really check it out. I only saw the images they put out. The final 6th character is a lady. I forgot. I think it's like a custom.
A woman?
Is that no? It's a lady with like it's kind of like Mr. Fantastic where she stretches her arms, but she has like a lightning bolt.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
Her name was Indian. It's an Indian lady. That villain, an Indian villain. I have no clue.
Villain.
But
Indian villain, okay.
it was like she literally like can stretch her arm like this, and like it was just like Mr. Fantastic, and she had like a lightning bolt on her. I have no clue if anybody in chat knows that character they released yesterday, but they released that character. They released Stark suits for all the characters, like what the character Stark suits are looking like. But but what is that game? That game is that like a single player multiplayer? Because I know you can do multiple things in that game, but I don't know right now. That's like a
I don't either.
But either way though, when I got Spider-Man, have you played Spider-Man? The PS4 game Spider-Man?
I haven't. I haven't.
Oh,
I haven't. There's the thing though, dude. I'm not
if
seeing
you're
money
if you're
coming
getting
like water,
if
bro.
you're
I'm
getting
not seeing.
yeah.
I'm not seeing money coming like water.
Okay.
So, and I also don't have time though. So that's the thing. Like, and I'm with you when you say it's hard to get into new things.
Yeah.
For me, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta, first of all, you gotta have time. Second of all, you gotta invest your time in it and your energy and your mind in it. And if you like it, that's just one more thing that will take space in your head. So that's the thing. I don't know, and it's very hard to get into new things, especially when you're doing YouTube and other stuff. Like you're doing YouTube full time as a hobby too, right? Because I'm doing that too.
YouTube this year.
It's for me, it's more than a hobby right now, but I absolutely love it. So like when I'm doing that, I got other stuff. So it's pretty hard to get into new games. And and I personally think that the next big game would be GTA 6. And honestly, I'm kind of dying for that. Do you like GTA?
Oh,
Grand Theft Auto games?
Oh, fuck yeah. I love
that's
what I was going to say. The games like I other play is like free roam, like GTA, sports games sometimes, and then just the Telltale games sometimes I play. Those like besides Call of Duty, it's usually like Telltale game stuff, GTA, and sometimes like sports. Like
and here's the thing, I see somebody saying Vault Hunter Gaming, you need to play that game. And honestly, here's the thing though, most of the time, like for example, God of War, I love that game. Do you like that game?
I didn't play it, but I have played it. I have played it at my friend's house, and I watched like reviews of the game. I love it. Like
I am
love
a huge fan of that series. I remember playing the first God of War on the PS2. I played literally all of them, but here's the thing, I did not play the new one.
Okay.
That's the thing. I just didn't have time, and I also just
I'm the same way too, though. I'm the same. I get you.
And yeah. So what I did, I just watched the whole walkthrough on YouTube, and it was pretty lit, dude. I loved it. It's like I was like, I had TweetDeck open on my other monitor. I had my chair recline all the way down and shit like that. And I was watching all the cutscenes, and it was really entertaining. And I am a huge fan of that, but I still didn't buy the game. So
no, yeah,
I didn't.
What did I do that for? I did that for a game last year. I remember like I was gonna get it, but I just ended up watching all like the videos and shit. What game did I do that for? I think
Until Dawn, the new horror game, because I did that
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn was
I did that for Until Dawn.
Yeah,
but that's a game where I was so pissed that I didn't play. Because do you know who DashEXP is? DashEXP?
I heard that name, but not sure.
Dashy's a funny motherfucker, let me tell you. He's a funny dude, and it was like back in 2015 when Until Dawn came out, and
I wish I played it too.
I loved Dashy, so when his videos came out, I couldn't like not watch it. So I was like, oh, I really want to get the game, but he's doing the video. Like, I gotta watch his video. So I was like, that was the one I didn't play. But no, I definitely get it. But this coming up year though,
I'm gonna be playing a lot
because now let's get into the modern, because this upcoming year, let's get into the Modern Warfare now.
Oh yes,
Skizz, you, my brother, are the only one on my timeline who is preaching to the gods, who is loving Modern Warfare, who love the beta, who
said
cannot
pretty mean
wait.
things too, though.
No. You said like everybody else criticism, but you're the only one who is like, who's fucking excited? Like, who's
maybe on Twitter, I'm like that. But honestly, I've been saying pretty mean things in videos though.
So before the podcast started, you told me I'm gonna have to say something negative about this game. So buckle up. So what's the negative thing about?
Dude, I know that a lot of people are like the graphics are good, but I look at them. They said this, like they worked on this new engine for 5 years, bro. 5 years. And like I look at here's the thing, like I always compare shit with other stuff. For example, like I'm also into Battlefield, and if you really go back to Battlefield 4 and you look at Battlefield 4 graphics and you compare the graphics with the upcoming Modern Warfare game, you will see that Battlefield 4 has slightly better graphics than
Not
the
even
upcoming
that,
Modern
the
Warfare game.
actual gameplay feel of Battlefield 4, because actually that was the first Battlefield I bought. Battlefield 4, I remember like just in general, like the gun sway when you're running, like it feels heavy. You know, Modern Warfare, the beta at least, didn't feel like. Which is, I think,
And
was a good thing. It didn't feel like every other Call of Duty, you know?
yeah. So that's the thing, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm liking Modern Warfare. Obviously, gonna get it. Love it 100%.
Yep.
There are some things that I don't like it, but does that mean I hate it? Absolutely not. So the graphics, they are good. They are good, but when they say they worked on this engine for 5 years, I really got hyped up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They said that volumetric lights, nukes went off. We tried this and that, nukes went
Yeah.
off. That's why we
And I'm,
couldn't make
I'm
Modern
happy I'm
Warfare
actually
4.
talking to you about this because I'm not someone who goes behind the scenes like that into a Call of Duty. So, what interests you in that aspect of like the new engine, like just in general the new behind the scenes stuff? Because like I see you on Twitter and especially like the videos you make on the updates of the game, you're really heavily like into all the small things like they change. So, what
Yep.
about the engine would have you have liked that you just don't like now with the engine?
No, I like the new engine. I
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that like you can aim down sight and reload at the
Yeah.
same time while ADSing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the movement. I know that people are like, yo, this is the movement. This is the movement.
Yeah.
I like it. I personally like it because it feels realistic though. That's the thing. I really like it. But when they say they worked on it for 5 years, maybe that's what they worked on the feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of appreciate that. But graphically, I kind of wish it was a little bit
The
better,
only
just a
thing,
little bit.
the
It kind
only,
of feels
yeah.
blurry though. I don't know. Like when
Okay,
you look at the trees, it looks blurry.
the
Maybe my
blurriness,
eyes.
the blurriness I can say is a factor, but then I think people said just make sure right away turn off motion blur and shit like that. Make sure to turn that stuff off. And then the one thing though I gotta say about Modern Warfare is, and since you are a Modern Warfare fanatic and you love Modern Warfare, what is it though about Infinite Warfare that they don't like adding color? Like everything's browns, beiges, grays.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
what about it that they just can't add like a
Okay,
splash
here's
of
the thing
yellow?
though. Here's the thing though. I personally cannot tell like how the colors. I don't remember it because here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now you know how Elgato is, right? Like you can
Yeah.
always have colors and shit
Yeah.
like that, and you can play all beautifully.
Yep.
So normally, whenever a Call of Duty game comes out, I'm always like upping the contrast, the saturation to the point where it looks good to the eye
Your
and for
codename
the
pizzaing
videos.
that shit.
Yeah. I just pimp it up. You do that too, right?
Anytime something looks like a grayscale over it, I gotta bump up that fucking saturation. You gotta get that. You know what I love? I love going back to like the original image before you saturate it, and you're like, oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Thank God I did that. Because because literally like you can go from saying like, okay, here's my original PNG, and after I saturate it, here's the new PNG, and it's just all fucking coloring.
I would honestly love to do that too, just to see the difference. And somebody's like, would you recommend getting Modern Warfare on release? I would say if you love the modern day Call of Duty games, then get it. But here's the thing though, like Activision is coming in. And yeah, here's the thing. I'm super hyped up for Modern Warfare, especially the campaign. I was really hyped for multiplayer. I still am, don't get me wrong. I still like the multiplayer the way it is. Yeah, I have some problem with campers. The game is infested with campers, but
yeah,
they came
what
out
don't
with
you like about the actual like gameplay of the
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
32 versus 32, they dropped it, and I just love it. I love it. It cured depression. It cured that campiness. It cured a lot of things. So
Love it.
I think. Okay, here's the thing though. The first came out with 2v2,
Yeah.
and I loved it. But I
Okay.
was like, okay, so it's just the 2v2. You know, it's just the 2v2. They're gonna come out with 6v6. That's gonna be the best. I played it, liked it, but there were a lot of things. Here's the thing though, like when you do good, you love it. Doesn't matter.
Of any
Doesn't
game,
matter.
any game.
Any game. When you do good, especially Call of Duty though,
Yeah.
because if you do not do good in Call of Duty, your emotional satisfaction, it goes down the drain though.
You're not breaking controllers, you're not breaking monitors,
Yeah,
you're having
yeah,
a
yeah,
good time.
So the 32 versus 32 comes out, and that map is perfect because in that map you can rush, you can camp, and even if you're camping, like nobody will. It's not a big deal if you camp in 32 versus 32 because people are gonna be using tanks and all that.
Yeah.
So it feels good. It feels good. So that's the thing I like. What are some other things that I hate? I'm trying to find. Yeah, I'm super scared for the microtransactions though. I
Me
think the
too.
casual audience will not care, but the
Yeah.
hardcore guys will care.
But then didn't they say something about like free DLC?
Yeah,
I'm worried about that too because listen,
Mhm.
anytime Call of Duty developers before release, they can say whatever the fuck they want until
Exactly.
Activision comes in and says, "Yeah, we're not making money. We gotta sort of, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get,
Yeah.
gotta put those guns in those supply jobs." But I'm so scared because. Watch, we're all gonna remember the statement the guy made. How about free DLCs? But guess what? The things we get for free in that DLC may just be one multiplayer map, one whatever Spec Ops, and then you would have to pay $5.99 for the other cool ones. You know, like
imagine.
I don't think
DLC. That will
happen,
but I never thought like that. I like that. That's the way you think. Because if you think that way, you're tempering your expectations down, and I think that's good.
Yeah.
Because I had high expectations for Black Ops 4 and I was left disappointed.
I did too, man. Everybody did. That you know what? That is the biggest game that went from like literally like you're on a roller coaster. The game before launch started here, but how did it get down here? Like it was the biggest flop of the year. I gotta say the biggest Call of Duty flop in my opinion.
Yeah, for the first month it was pretty good, even with blue screens. Like the community was pretty engaged with Black Ops 4, but after the Easter egg was solved, like I
don't even now what like I don't want anything like that to happen in the beginning of Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Like
I think it will happen though. Like I really, even though like I'm super hyped for the game, but I'm also telling you straight up, like it's not how it is. Like I always try to say, don't let your dogs out. You know, in my videos, I'm always like that. Like I'm always trying to temper expectations down because, dude, like I've been burned so many times, so many times. Like that's the thing though. Modern Warfare is looking good. I think the campaign will be good, 100%.
I can't wait for that campaign.
Spec Ops will be good. Survival, yeah, according to Google, I think we got 362 days till survival hits the Xboxes and the PC. So we got some controversy.
So what does that mean now? So survival. So the Spec Ops mode is only.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing though. Survival is basically like zombies, but it's modern day. With modern weapons, multiplayer maps, so they are reusing assets. It's zombies, literally zombies. But you do not have zombies. You have like real actual human soldiers, the NPCs. So
that was in Modern Warfare 3, right? Spec Ops?
Yeah. And I at the time I didn't like it that much, but now like looking back, I kind of play it from time to time. I like it, and according to that leaker, that whistleblower that the Game Revolution introduced me to, says that there will be like 3 maps in the beginning, and he says that like Activision saw money coming like a tsunami.
Yeah.
That's why, obviously, no doubt about that one.
Yeah.
So they saw money coming like a tsunami. They look at it. Sony's like, we write you 20 million. You know, like 20 million. Okay, 2 billion, 2 billion. And Activision goes like, okay, let's party, let's dance, and get some hookers in and shit like that. Let's get busy.
That's
it. That's it. And the leaker did say that 3 maps for PS4, and it's not exclusive. It was literally cut from Xbox. It's not exclusive for PS4, where they made it specifically for PlayStation 4. They made it for all the platforms, but at the end they just cut it. You know, they just cut it because.
Do that?
Money, my guy.
Money, my friend, money.
But here's the thing, though. Like, it's business, so things like that will always happen.
Business, business.
It's business, and yeah, honestly, nothing is free. So in a way, there is that argument. But as a fan, that kind of hurts, though. You know,
my cousins are gonna hate it. My cousins are all stuck on Xbox One. They're gonna hate it.
Yeah, the Sony ponies are the
Sony ponies are riding strong, my friend.
Yeah. Sony ponies are riding strong.
What is one thing you are scared about though that can kill
microtransactions?
So microtransactions in Modern Warfare, they really haven't touched on it, but we pretty much know that it's gonna be in the game.
It's gonna be in the game. The leakers say like. And didn't
somebody get an image in the beta, something like?
Yeah, near Shenmue, he got an image. I think he talks like that. I love it though. No complaint. Not taking a shot or anything. But yeah. He found an image that literally said loot boxes, rare. Did it say rare? Epic?
I have no clue.
It said something. Supply drops. That means that there will be rare. There will be epic one. There will be ultra. Activision loved supply drops and shit like that. So.
Listen,
There will
man,
be a
yeah.
lot of that, man, and I am scared.
But it's just what's in them. It's what's in the supply drops. Like
Yeah,
if
it's gonna be pay to win weapons
of course,
and shit like that. But here's the thing though. Have you heard about that recent controversy regarding that new breakpoint, Ghost Recon breakpoint? I believe that's the name. I don't know. Like I haven't
Educate
kept
me.
up with that. I did watch like one video and basically hearing the fact that literally everything is pay to win. Not necessarily pay to win, but you can literally buy like anything in that game. So it's made by Ubisoft and they went next level. So I'm looking at them and I'm like, dude, like nowadays, like the reason gaming is kind of people are hating gaming is because all these games, these gaming companies are doing this. And it looks like that I don't see no light. I'm looking at there. I don't see no light of hope, man. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And every game is doing that. And they're developing these games with the mindset of, hey, pay to win, you know, microtransactions. That's what sucks the fun out, because I know there are a lot of people who are like, hey, don't buy the microtransactions. I get you.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from, but that's not true though, because they're literally making these games with that pay to win mindset, and that hurts the quality.
Chat, what would you want inside Supply Drops Modern Warfare? The one thing I wouldn't want in Supply Drops Modern Warfare is those guns, the pay-to-win guns.
That's the thing though. That is coming. That is coming.
So
no
you
denying.
know what? Why do they want to promote such the big factor of the word free DLC,
because people normally it looks like nowadays that mostly only the hardcore guys are purchasing season passes and map packs. Not many people do it, so they're not losing a whole lot, but they're still gonna be losing a whole lot of money by not charging people for that season pass, that premium money. So they're losing some money there, but they gotta make that money somehow. And this time they're gonna make a lot of their money back by just putting weapons on supply drops. No escape. It's happening. Like if you think it's not happening, you're wrong. It's happening.
No,
the leaker who had everything right said it's happening.
Skizzle has the source.
He previously said that like there might not be pay to win weapons because Activision is looking at the feedback and they're trying to see how well this game sells. If the game sells they're not gonna go crazy with microtransactions, but if it doesn't sell well, they're gonna go crazy.
Like Activision stock in the beginning of BO4, it plummeted, and they were like, "We gotta make some dough," and they were like, "Microtransactions." The chat, keep guns out. I'm fine with camos like CS:GO. Cosmetics 100%. Okay.
If they, I understand it's their business and like it's a public traded company. I hate it too, but it's understandable. You know, like it's understandable. So if they just go with like what's it called, cosmetics and shit like that, nobody will have a problem with it, because it's just gonna be like, hey, you play the game, you get some supply drops, you open the supply drops up, and boom, you get a camo. You pay some you put a Benji down, and you get some camos out of it because, hey, you know what, you wanted to treat yourself right that day. You were like, okay, let me go and buy that fire.
You don't even want to know the amount of money I put into Advanced Warfare, SkizzleAxe. That was like the first game of microtransactions, and that's when it got me. Like the supply drops in Advanced Warfare was like, hey, Turbo, you're still young, right? You have no money to yourself. Your mom has a credit card. Just go and get it. Go and get that credit card, Turbo. Go and get it. And that fucking game, I was always using my birthday money, Christmas money, everything to. I remember the craziest thing I've ever done is tell my cousin. Once my cousin told me like, I'm looking to spend that much on you and your sister. So what do you want for Christmas? I literally told her the amount of money you are just willing to spend, put it all on Xbox cards. I fucking said that.
Oh my god. That's the thing, because when you're young, you're kind of dumb. People are out there.
I could have got so many things.
Yeah, right? Like, and here's the crazy thing. Like, the money you spend on microtransactions, if you just invested that money and you let it sit, just let it sit for like, let's say 20 years. I heard this. Do you know who Graham Stephan is? Like on YouTube, his videos always get recommended, and he makes good videos. Like I recommend like literally everyone watching those videos, because they are financial videos and the guy is genuine and he doesn't promote shit.
What's his name?
Graham. Graham. Graham Stephan. I can link you later shortly.
Link me.
So he makes financial videos, and I believe he said that, and it's so true though. If you put $1 today in stock market, in about like 7 years, it's worth $21. So you can do a math. $1 is basically $21 future money. So
Yep.
I'm not sure how much you spend on microtransactions.
Oh,
Like if you spend $100, that's like
Advanced Warfare.
$2,100 future money.
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
so yeah, basically, like if you, like little things like that, it's like if you saved up, or maybe you just went outside with friends and bought a dinner, that would have been a better experience.
Yeah.
That
Well,
would last. That would last. Those are memories. So
yeah.
here's the thing. Like I also am not like clean or anything. Like I believe that I put down $40 on liquid divinium during Black Ops 3, and I felt dirty, bro. I felt dirty. I was like, no longer. And the reason why I bought
yeah,
it?
I was gonna say why.
The reason why I bought it was like I don't want to say that person's name
Uh-huh.
because they moved on to Fortnite. So I'm a non-Fortnite player. I mean, I don't hate him. Like I like the guy, but I don't
There's
want to throw that
no
person behind.
judgment here. Like I said, it's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
his podcast.
yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
can
yeah.
say
No,
what
no,
they
no,
want.
no, no. That guy's really good. That guy's awesome. That guy's awesome. Like I
So you
communicated with that
bought,
person for a long time.
bought them
But
from
they,
like
but
videos
they
or
hooked
something?
me up with the microtransactions, and like you were telling your cousins, he was like, "Yo, Skizzle, there's a sale going on, 50% off." Shiny. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, I can get Perkaholics. All of a sudden, I can feel like a god, and I could stream, and people would be like, yo, that guy can go to round 50. All of a sudden, the ego will start seeing. My ego was seeing like a drastic increase in performance, about like 50%, 60%. Let me be real. So
Yeah.
I bought it. Boom, dopamine shot. Next week, another sale. Bought it again. Dopamine shot once again. And then I realized, holy shit, $40 for what? I could have just
For virtual
buy
gobblegums.
Exactly. It's dumb. It's really dumb. And that's the thing though. I was young, like that was like 3 years ago. I wasn't that young though. I was stupid. I mean, 3 years from now, I would look back and I'm like, I'm stupid now. But
Black Ops 3, I was a sophomore in high school. Advanced Warfare, I was freshman in high school. That goes to show you how right away, if there was
I'm telling you, man.
if the Obsidian Steed I wanted, the Speakeasy I wanted, I was going home. And just in general, grinding the game. So every time I would hop on Advanced Warfare, you would only able to hold 3 supply drops at a time. I would get my 3 supply drops, open them, curse out my family, get the 3 other supply drops, curse out my family again, curse out my Kokandri, and be like, why can't I actually go to play and earn?
Yeah.
Now that's something people always say. That's the second argument they also make too, is why can't we earn these things? Why can't we play and earn? Because guess what? Earning it ain't making them money. What money?
Exactly.
You already bought the game. You already bought it.
It still makes them money, but it doesn't come as close as to the amount of money they would make by just putting weapons down the supply drop. But I really hope that they don't do Modern Warfare like that, because this game means a lot. And it's doing a lot of things right. And I'm looking at the devs, and they are putting their soul into it. And here's the thing, that there are so many games coming out right now that feel soulless. But Modern Warfare, I played only the beta, so I don't know, man.
The numbers were up too on Twitch when the beta and everything. It was beating all the games, Modern Warfare. It was really doing good on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. So the Modern Warfare really feels like that it has a soul. And that's a good thing. And on top, it's going to have a campaign. So the trailer is looking nice, but Call of Duty is always good with the trailer. So I'm always like, yo, don't let your dogs out. Like, trailers always look good. Like,
always
trust me, man. Black Ops 4 Zombies, I looked at the intro cutscene. I looked
pretty
at
much
the
had
face
an
of
orgasm
Scarlet.
all 4
I was
trailers.
already like, okay, here, take a Benji. Take all my money. Okay, here's my wallet. Just throwing that, Okay,
fucking Blundell with the blood vials on his belt buckle. God damn, that sexy bastard. I can't. That was the time. That was the. What do you think was the prime of Call of Duty? Like the prime, just not zombies in general. Call of Duty, like the prime of it.
Nothing.
You don't think the prime happened yet?
Do you mean like the hype
like the
period?
prime, like the highest part, like literally you would go, like everyone was talking about, like, oh, did you play that new Call of Duty game? Like, oh shit.
I think that's the thing. I think it happened, but I'm hoping that it doesn't happen just now.
Yeah, there's like another one, like
I hope there's another one, but I'm kind of scared, dude. Like I think the prime will be when they introduce microtransactions and everyone would be talking about it. That's gonna be the prime. I think that's really gonna be the prime.
I say the first time they go and implement a free-to-play game, Call of Duty. I think the first time they implement the free-to-play aspect, which got fucking Fortnite up and going, that is one thing I think, because every time, let me tell you something, I go every single year, and I haven't missed it a year, every year going to GameStop for the midnight release, because there's something about it. I love it because everybody's there for the same reason. They want, they want to play it. Everyone's talking about it, bro. I think the past 2 years I made videos on it, and well, like I think I skipped last year's. Black Ops 3, and then World War II. Black Ops 3's midnight release, when I tell you I had chills getting into the car, going to GameStop, walking into the GameStop, they had a monitor so you can play before the game even came out, like a tournament thing, and then the motherfucker beat me, he got a free Giant poster. I lost for a Giant poster. I was like, GameStop, I have to beg you for a pre-order poster, but you're giving away a poster I didn't even know you had? Thanks, GameStop. They'll be gone too. But every single year I go, and guess what? The number of people there keep going down and down and down. And Black Ops 3, the line was out the door.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, so now people are saying BO3 Zombies was the prime. Okay, in that regards, yeah. Yeah, in that regards, it might be Black Ops 2.
For the Zombies mode, yes. Black Ops 3, yes.
For the Zombies mode, for just Zombies alone, I would say Black Ops 3. For Call of Duty in general, I would say Black Ops 2 maybe. But I'm really hoping there's another one, man.
MW3BO2, those 2 years. MW3BO2, those two prime years.
Like, I'm telling you, Modern Warfare 3 was that game that I know life. And right after that, we got Black Ops 2 that felt really different. It has a different art style. It felt new, it felt unique, it just had zombies, something new, different, and I was pretty fresh on Call of Duty 2, wasn't burnt out or anything, so yeah, those years were definitely the best. I wish there was a way to know you left the good old days before you actually left them.
I always say that, if first of all, I kick myself for like not making this type of content during Black Ops 3, because
I wish I had made 2,
listen, everybody says Turbo, oh my god, like, you were needed during BO3 because the fucking shit we were getting in BO3 was just the same most, and I was like, listen, when I was around in BO3, just no one fucking knew about it. Like, I was just doing shit fucking content during BO3. So, and I always kick myself, like, knowing if that was the prime.
Believe it or not, that thought just came in my mind last night before, like, when you told me the other day, let's do a podcast, I was like, yo, I want to actually talk about that because I kick myself a lot too. I'm like, yo, Black Ops 3 was just such a hype game.
It was.
I wish my content was good. I wish I was doing YouTube before Black Ops 3. I mean, I was, but I wasn't doing as intensely. So I wish I was doing, so, you know, gotta get some hours in, because the more hours you get in, the more experience you will get, the better you will get with time and all that. So I wish I had that. I wish I put more hours in. I wish I had more experience. And
and you
Black
know what's
Ops 3 was just...
Black Ops 3 was so good because Black Ops 3, I even had fun playing with my friends. Like, now it's such a hard time to play with your friends on, you know. So, and you know what? I just really hope Modern Warfare kind of brings back that community of, like, hey, you want to hop on and play multiplayer? Hey, you want to hop on? I hope the challenges are good too, like the camo challenges, gold, diamond, whatever because that's what Infinity War. That's something they don't like to do. They don't like to do like the great camos, you know, like the ultimate camo.
And here's the thing,
they don't like to do those.
The leaker said that there a while ago, but there's good news though, so don't worry. But he did say that there would be no gold or diamond camos because that shit ain't realistic. And
again with the fucking realistic shit. Again.
Yeah, exactly.
If we were doing realistic, I would enlist in the army tomorrow. If I was looking for realistic, I would want to get my limb shot off.
Here's the thing. Okay, listen. There's good news though. There is good.
Give it to me, Skizz. I'm freaking out.
They have put in gold and diamond camos.
Oh, so thank God.
That's what he said the other day. He said that I wasn't lying or anything. He said that we just were developing the game and we just didn't have the gold and diamond camo at that time, but now we just think about it. We looked at the community feedback, and here's the thing though, the leaker who is providing these leaks, he always tells the gaming revolution, and right now me too, because the gaming revolution introduced me to that, and I still do not know who the leaker is. I'm gonna be pretty honest. I think the gaming revolution knows who exactly that person is, but I never asked the gaming revolution that because I don't want to know, because if I know, who knows, I might accidentally slip up.
You don't want to be involved in all that stuff.
I just don't want to be involved. I just like how Wanderhar make the shoes, I report the news. So
I just
report the news. I just don't even want to know who the person is, but all I know is that he is at Infinity Ward, and he says that the reason he gives out leaks is because he want to keep that transparency, and he want to just make sure whenever there's something bad going around,
Yeah.
like Activision is trying to, get their schlongs involved and shit like that. He wants the community to know that they are gonna do it. So there is that, and secondly, he want to get like community feedback, and he was like, okay, so people actually aren't happy by the fact that there will be no gold diamond camo, so now that's changing, and
What's
it's
your
gonna
stance?
be in the game.
What's your stance on zombie leaks?
He says Black Ops 5 isn't
No,
looking
no,
good.
no, 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 no. Oh, Black Ops 5 isn't looking good. I wasn't even asking about Black Ops 5. I was asking just in general your opinion. Wait a minute. Wait.
Okay,
So,
okay.
what do you mean Black Ops 5 isn't looking good? Skizz?
I'm not saying that. He's saying that, okay? I'm not saying that.
So
I'm not saying that.
Oh, and no other. He hasn't said any other.
Oh, your mic cut.
Yeah.
You there?
Squingios. Oh, hello.
Yeah,
we're back.
be good. You hear me?
Yes, we're good. Okay.
Alright,
So he didn't say anything else though about the.
He doesn't say anything. He just last time I asked him like, yo, okay, I don't care about Black Ops 5. Tell me about the next zombies. Is it good? And he just sent me a gif of, Black Ops 1 main menu where Mason is on the chair and looking around. That's what he sent me. So I'm not sure what that means. I was like, yo, don't tease me. Don't tease me. Does that mean the development is in a disaster, or does that mean that we're gonna have Black Ops 1 vibes in that game? Like, I'm not sure. He sent me that gift, and before that, he said that Black Ops 5 is not looking good, and he said that to Gaming Revolution, to which he said that publicly on top.
Well, you know what? Hopefully things change.
Hopefully,
Black Ops 5.
you know what? I'm kind of hopeful too. I'm kind of hopeful because Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, those games were made in less than 2 years. So if Treyarch done that, they could do it again.
And you know what? And God forbid it's really early in Treyarch's actually thinking about Treyarch's next game. But do you what was I gonna ask? Black Ops 5 though. I would feel though we would give them more leeway if it is another God forbid bad game, because don't forget it was plopped on their desk. This ain't their year. That isn't their year to make Call of Duty. Sledgehammer dropped the ball.
Yeah,
it isn't their actual fault that time.
Sucks. Yeah,
they got the shit at the end of the stick. They're the developers that still to this day, even with BO4, still they hold higher priority with Treyarch. So I guess they just said, hey, we're not gonna
devs are just like common humans, just like us. They're just making what they're told to make, right? Like they're just getting paid for. They're just working at a normal job. That's it. And they're passionate about it on top, which kind of is a good thing, but it kind of sucks. And I'm pretty sure it sucks when because that's what the leaker told me. We're just working on this game, and guess what? We're super hyped up, and then Activision comes out and yo, you gotta, whatever you worked on, half of that gotta go in supply drops, and we're just left disappointed. That's what the leaker told me, bro. And I'm like, bro, I don't know who you are. I don't want to know who you are. I know that you are at Infinity Ward because that's what you told me.
I know who you are.
I feel for you, because half of the shit you're working on is just that you were hyped about it, but now Papa Activision comes out of nowhere and is like, just put it in supply drops. You put, how many hours you put in? 20 hours, 100 hours? Nah, man, that gotta go in supply drops. That's the good stuff. We cannot let it go out in the wild like that. So yeah, that's the thing though.
But overall, go on.
Yeah, have you tried Call of Duty Mobile?
No, not yet.
They're playing on PC though. It's really good.
Where do you
and
play it on PC? Where do you play it on PC?
All my friends are addicted to that game. It kind of surprises me.
Where do you play it on? Where do you play it on PC? Steam?
No, not Steam. Game Loop.
Okay.
It's made by Tencent in China. China #1.
Gotcha. Game Loop. Okay. Gotcha.
Game Loop.
So that's all.
Pretty easy.
That's all games. I was asking my friends about it yesterday. They said literally it's all Call of Duty guns, all cool maps. You played and stuff. A lot of BO2 stuff I'm seeing though.
A lot of BO2. A lot of basically it's Call of Duty Online but put on a mobile.
Yeah.
I would really hope that Call of Duty Mobile succeeds, because if it succeeds because Activision will be like, okay, so free to play actually succeeded. and then maybe the next Call of Duty will be free to play. And
Yeah.
you know, free to play is a good. It can be a good or bad thing, because if it's free to play, then they're gonna be spraying microtransactions down.
Yeah.
They already are, though. You know, they
But
already
you
are.
wouldn't have a problem though, because
Yeah, that's the thing.
you
It
didn't have
changes
to
the
pay for
mindset.
it changes your mindset. Yes. Yep.
It changes your mindset. But again, though, microtransactions are always bad, no matter what. Like, it's just that if it's free to play, then everybody mindset changes. Nobody complains no more. Activision is no longer crying in their Lambos. They are happy.
Yeah.
They're happy. So yeah, gotta keep Activision happy, man. Gotta keep
Yep.
Activision happy. It's important. Don't worry about how much money you guys are making. Just gotta keep Activision happy. Because when they cry in the Lambo, big things happen.
Big
okay?
things happen.
Big things happen. So we don't want them to cry in the Lambo. But if it's free to play, obviously it's gonna be good for the YouTubers. And I'm gonna be pretty honest, okay? Like, the reason I want it to be free to play is because it's really gonna be good for the YouTubers. It's gonna be good for literally everybody, but I think that it's gonna be really good for the new peak, because it's gonna reach more people. Number one, like, YouTubers gonna be happy because free to play equal more people, more views, more money, more this and that and all that. Everybody, YouTubers hype means that videos that they make would be hyped up, means that the customer, the viewer gets better content. And on top, the viewer will have to not pay money to buy the game. So there's that. All of that, they wouldn't have to pay money, and they can get into the game, and it's gonna be free. So all of that is the good shit. But the bad shit is basically still is microtransactions. Now, obviously, free to play will change up your mindset. So you're like, yeah, it's free to play, whatever. I don't care. I'm not gonna complain. You go in the game, and I'm sure that somebody who would spend $60 to buy the game now would be spending more than that, like $200.
Because then because the thing you're buying you can use in the game you didn't pay for.
Yeah. So it changes the mindset. So obviously, it is still bad, though. It is still bad.
Yeah.
But I think that way Activision will make more money. There's never a win is what I'm trying to say here. Free to play is good. I want that, but I'm still gonna say that that's not gonna be like, we won.
Yeah, I
let's
don't
give
see it
Nikolai
happening
or
down the
whoever
line.
to put the Russian flag. You know, whoever put the Russian flag in World at War, Nikolai, right? You have played the campaign?
I haven't played the campaign.
So yeah, it's not gonna be like, hey, free to play, hooray, let's give the Russian flag to Nikolai and just put it there while Reznov is keeping an eye out on you. It's not gonna be that. It's still gonna be bad no matter what. But I think it's still gonna be, you know, you gotta sacrifice. You know, to achieve something, you gotta sacrifice. This time, we're getting free DLC. Cross-play, cross-progression, cross-save progression.
Yep.
So that's we're paying.
Those are good things.
Microtransactions, so we're paying a price in a way, right? Like, we're sacrificing, or Activision is sacrificing to. For the ultimate good.
For the future years. It's definitely good. Like what they say in baseball is sometimes in baseball, teams have like gap years. Like, you know, they're not gonna do good this year. They're getting more players. Like, even whatever sport you watch. Like, so what sports you watch? What sports? So make a comparison.
None whatsoever.
All right. So you can have players come on the team, and you know they're not gonna be good, but they're trading all those players this year for next year's team to be amazing. So they can make a franchise like the Yankees, the biggest thing, having Jeter, all those guys. They had to have years of fucking failing and shit, and then every year adding one person, adding another person, like Call of Duty, every year adding a new improvement, and then we might get to the point where we're 85-year-old saggy ball sacks, and that's when we might get the prime again. You know, that's when we might get it. But you know what? Hopefully, though, in the future, like in the next, let's say the next 3 Call of Duties, hopefully by the 3rd one, it's like, okay, wow, like there really ain't that many problems I'm noticing. Okay.
Yeah, and it's always that thing. Like, you always are hyped up, but then you're kind of disappointed, then you're kind of scared, and then you're looking back at like last couple of years, like, hey, yo, Black. I'm pretty sure that in a couple of years from now, hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong. I really want that I'm wrong, but I think that we're gonna look back couple of years from now, look back and be like, yeah, Black Ops 4, yo, that was a good game. I hope we don't say that. I really hope we don't say that, because I want newer games to be better.
Especially if it's someone I knew hated the fucking game, and then they want to go back and say, oh no, what are you talking about? I never
That's a good game. Yeah, I personally don't hate Black Ops 4, but you can say I do because I never play.
Yeah,
I have no motivation. I
same
want to
here.
play, but no motivation. So you can say I hate it, but do I hate it to the point where I want to go out and just reload my airsoft?
There, bada
Absolutely
bing.
not. Not on that level though. But it's just that no motivation to play that game. But imagine like yo, you heard the fact that Skizzle don't like Black Ops 4, and a couple of years from now, the same fucking guy Skizzle says that he loves it. What would you be like? What would you say
Exactly.
to
It's
that?
a
You know,
weird scenario.
I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't
I
happen.
hope it doesn't happen either. Skizzle, for the final question that I gotta ask you is though, what is your plan for Modern Warfare content? What is your basically like for the people who don't know your channel and they come to your channel, Modern Warfare? What is one thing they can expect to see from you this year?
Go all out. Just gotta go all
Going
out.
all out, baby. Going.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
thing. One thing I did right on the index card for you though is you still love posting those update videos. What about
I love it.
What about
I
update videos? Is it the fact that like you're telling something that people don't know? Because my whole thing about update videos in the past was I loved saying something that I know somebody else doesn't know yet. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
what?
yeah. The update videos are just. I love the leaked videos too. I
Yeah.
love the update. I just love it.
Cause
It's because
that's an
it has
ongoing
that.
joke. Cause I don't know if you know that, but that's like a joke. Like any update, go to Skizzle. Skizzle's a video. SkizzleAxe video.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love it because I think it's something new. It's like I'm always getting a shot of dopamine. It's like leak certainly. It's like something that not many people know about. So
Yep.
it feels that it has that secrecy to it. So I'm like, okay, so that should not be out there. The leaks, they should not be out there.
Yep.
They really shouldn't be out there. No one, it's like Bob Lazar type of shit. Like Bob Lazar shouldn't be spilling the beans about the UFOs
Yeah, I'm
and the
seeing a
Area
lot of
51.
comments of
So
you nest
that
quicking
shit
in your
should not be
backyard.
out there. And
What's with you and your Nesquik farm? I'm hearing about in the chat in your
yeah, I grow
backyard.
Nesquik. I grow Nesquik in the backyard.
Grow
You know, just
Nesquik. There you go. Gotta love Nesquik.
gotta love Nesquik. Gotta go to the Nesquik.
Everybody in the podcast, everybody in the chat who just came late, this is gonna be as a video right after this ends the podcast. So literally right after we're done live, it's gonna be a video on the channel, literally in 5 seconds. But SkizzleAxe, overall, my man, thank you so much for coming
no
on the
problem.
It Is Viz podcast,
I
my
love
brother. Like I said before, even when this podcast wasn't the It Is Viz podcast, we were like writing down names of like who could be the potential podcast guest, and we had your name on that list. And I really I'll send you a DM of when I find that paper in my folder. But I have there's all list of people, and we scribbled out like that's going back 2017.
Hey man,
And
I appreciate it.
hey man, listen, the zombies community is still going, and you know what? I think Skizz, you are one of the people that is still keeping it going strong. So my brother, SkizzleAxe, thank you once again.
Thank you, man. And stop hyping me up like that, man. Stop
Listen,
hyping me
I
up.
hype everybody up. This is the podcast of love, podcast of just in general joy. Listen, you want to talk about fucking you want to talk about crazy shit. That's when you go on Joe Rogan. But you want to come on this podcast. Listen, there's no hate, all love, and
Yeah.
everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for coming to another Izwiz podcast every single Saturday right here on the channel. And JakctheBus wasn't here this week. If I didn't mention it in the beginning, JakctheBus is having fun with the Karnage Clan in Houston, Texas.
I will be speaking with him too. So kind of hate the fact that he didn't came yet.
Bro,
Come on, Jack. Come on,
say
Jack.
something to Jack, Skizzle. Say something to him right now. Say something to Jack.
Come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you?
What's going on, Jack?
Come on, man. Get your shit together.
Get
You
your
know,
fucking
like,
shit together.
get your shit together. Just
Karnage
like
can
how
wait. Karnage can wait.
Activision, they never take a year off. So why you? Why you? What's up, man?
Wow, wait a minute.
Activision never takes a year off.
We
so.
never actually like kept in touch of like what record, like how many podcasts we're here for. So wow, Jack, I have to go back and see how many Jack missed. And every time I miss one, say, hey, I got one over you, my friend. I got one over you. By the way, this is from football. Kind of looks like the Spider-Man bite Peter Parker got, in Spider-Man. Kind of looks like, there you go. So wait, I'm on the podcast, but I'm still fucking crazy that you're gonna get Marvel Avengers, but you never played Spider-Man. My brother, down the line,
that's the thing, though.
down the line, you gotta play it.
Yeah,
For me.
I think I'm just gonna watch like on YouTube because
Or
I
that
love
too.
sometimes.
Or
Just
that
watch it as
too.
a movie though.
But when you're web swinging from wall to wall in the city,
No,
Skizz,
stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Don't, because that will make me play.
that's
but,
gonna make you want to play.
Yeah.
Every,
But I think that like yeah, if Spider-Man was coming out, let's say in a week's time, I would probably purchase and probably do like a live stream or something like that.
Yeah.
But now it's too late. I think the future games that comes out, I'm probably gonna play them now because it's gonna be streaming and other stuff
Yeah.
and just
do
trying
you
new
play
things
customs?
out.
Do you play custom zombies?
No,
Damn.
I don't. Sometimes.
I just got custom, so I'm looking for people to make videos with, and I'm like, oh fuck, who plays custom zombies? Besides Tim Hansen and all of them.
Yeah, okay, that's the plan. Okay, so once Modern Warfare comes out and once the hype dies down, I think I'm gonna try some customs.
Custom, you wanna know what? I never, ever touched custom zombies ever until last week. My man, when I just because I never played another map of zombies besides what the developers would give you, pretty much like all the maps on disc. I never played an other outside of zombies map ever. And that's what
this is gonna be a new drug.
amazing.
It's gonna be a new drug.
New drug, man. It's gonna be my new drug. But Skizz, once again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Everybody watching, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next Saturday once again with another It Is What It Is podcast. But just once in general, check around the channel. Stick around for more content coming this week.
Always.
Hope you guys
Turn
enjoyed.
Notifications on.
Turn that ding dong that bell for you motherfuckers. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that Q&A video I made and the Halloween stream I did. But yeah, hope you guys really have a great rest of your Saturday. I am Turbo and that's SkizzleAxe, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Thank you so much for watching the It Is What It Is podcast. Guys, do not forget, every single Saturday right here on the channel, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is when you'll find the all-new, brand-new It Is What It Is podcast live. Guys, do not forget, in the description is the link to our first sponsor, Touchstone Essentials, for all your organic health needs. Guys, please go check them out. Use our code for 25% off all your purchases on that channel. You got arthritis, your back's killing you, your headaches. Guess what? Instead of taking vitamins that's going to give you side effects, Touchstone Essentials gives you all the organic needs for all you guys to love and enjoy. So guys, go into the description, 25% off. Use our link, and I cannot wait, guys, for more guests to come on the show. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching the It Is What It Is podcast. Guys, do not forget, every single Saturday right here on the channel, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is when you'll find the all-new, brand-new It Is What It Is podcast live. Guys, do not forget, in the description is the link to our first sponsor, Touchstone Essentials, for all your organic health needs. Guys, please go check them out. Use our code for 25% off all your purchases on that channel. You got arthritis, your back's killing you, your headaches. Guess what? Instead of taking vitamins that's going to give you side effects, Touchstone Essentials